Welcome back everybody, this is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue with Bookworm and beating the Womb of Lamashtu. And this one's actually been pretty tough, so let's see if we can get it here on this try. I've tried it several times, I've been successful, it's just sometimes the rolls are bad and sometimes the rolls are with us, so we will see. The technique is pretty much down, and I'll walk you through what I've been doing. Now remember, we were here talking with this gnome, we got our mission, we know what we're doing, roughly, from his little tricks. We have to buff up, and I'm going to do that a specific way. So first off, I want to have my extend my magic rod to make the buffs last longer. We have ones that we don't want to use this on, so make sure to shut it off. Use the long duration buffs first, like light, resist fire, and I like protection from acid. Those are my two elements I like reasonably to be protected from this area. I don't know that acid's a thing, but poison usually seems to be acid in this game. So if they do like acid spit on me or something like that, that might poison me, I'll be protected from the poison in another minute, and then I'll be protected from the acid damage itself. From there, we turn our extend magic rod on, and we're going to make sure we have a double duration expeditious retreat, as well as reduced person. Takes a minute for that one to cast. We saved the last one. Pause it to tell you why. We will use it on displacement. It doesn't last very long anyway. Doubling its duration in this case will allow us to last for 3 minutes and change, which will be a big help. We won't use it on mirror image because it'll last us 16 minutes, and these things will be burnt up well before that 16 minutes expires. So I don't worry about this one being duration wise. The bear's endurance will do us no good. Because of that, usually what I do is I try to switch that spell back out with something like bull strength would be useful, web will be useful, whatever. I think it makes sense, but I don't really need it there, so I just basically get rid of it. If I would have thought about it and prepped it last time, I would have, before resting at this guy's campfire, I would have swapped it out. But I have that belt now that gives me +4 endurance or constitution, +4 dex. No increase to my strength, so it really doesn't affect me anymore. From here, we've saved displacement. We're not using it. We don't need haste right now. Again, we'll save that again if we, we're running out of buffs. That'll be our last go-to buff. Scroll-wise, we can buff up with, you can see our armor class is not stellar. We can use Shield of Faith. Now we're at 31, and we did not even use the scroll, thanks to you, Hand of Magazdan. We'll also hope to not use this scroll, delay poison, but if not, I have 3, and these last for several hours. Man, I'm 2 for 2. I'm doing great. Okay, now that's good long buffs. 16 hours to delay poison, 16 minutes of Shield of Faith. There are other ones in here that I could use. Not necessarily care about Vanish or any of these other ones. Bless doesn't do us any good if we do Heroism, which reminds me I have Greater Heroism in my back pocket. Blur, on the other hand, while I'm not going to use Displacement right now, a potion of Blur will last me for 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes. That's something. That's a 20% chance that they'll just straight up miss me. So again, I'm not going to complain about that. I do have Greater Heroism, and that gives us extra hit points and a chance to hit and other stuff as well. I do like that it lasts for 16 minutes. It's not as great as it's not as long lasting as Heroism is, but I did a slot Heroism. I do have a cloak that will give that effect to me right here, so I could swap that out, charge myself up with it, and it would last me for 20 minutes or some such. But Greater Heroism lasts almost as long right now, and it's double the effect. So from here, look at your map, you see that we have clouded areas, fog banks, if you will. These teleport us into different dimensions if we do not have the lantern on. If you just walk through, you're on this dimension at all times with a lantern on. So if you want to stay in this dimension, leave the lantern on. If you want to go to the next dimension, which we do, we turn the lantern off, walk through the area, poof, we'll teleport. Pause it when you get through, always. Take a look at your map. You see that this is where we teleported. It jumped us back to this spot. Looks the same. It's the same map, more or less, but make sure to turn your lantern back on. Now we're stuck in this dimension again, and we'll always be stuck in this dimension.
Let us press on.
So long as that lantern is on us and in that effect. So we want to cut through here.
Stand with me. Strike
We
as
have
one.
spiders, they're nasty,
I was successful
and a
in
nice
my
little perception
search.
check here. These three, as far as I know, is the only thing in this particular area. So as long as you see all three, let them have it. You get lucky to kill all three. Yeah, look at our luck. Boom. Now they have stuff, but I don't particularly care about it. In this next area, we're going to fight a big nasty. And that big nasty is so big and nasty that this natural armor +5 ain't doing it for us. Oh, we're still in combat, technically speaking. There we go. So get rid of it. Notice how my armor class tanks. Doesn't matter. This thing hits so hard anyway that a 31 armor class is just as good as a 26 armor class, damn near. However, the Heart of Ira is particularly useful. I'll pause it here and show you. We have a spell that we're going to use in great effect for some of these AoE attack called Sirocco, and the Shadow Evocation version as well, which will fatigue and then exhaust the targets in the area of effect if it lands like it should. If we dip a toe into it, it's entirely probable it will land on us. That makes me fatigued. This will prevent this from happening. I'll still take damage, but I have a spell that protects me from that. So between the resist fire as well as the Heart of Ira, it's not that I won't get trapped in it, but I won't take damage from it, and I won't get fatigued, which means I won't take strength and dexterity damage. If I get exhausted, which I can't, thanks to the Heart of Ira as well, my strength would actually crumple all the way down to a 2. And while it doesn't look like it's a big deal right now, at a 2 strength, I would actually be considered overweight with the crap that I have on me now, and that would literally trap me in the Sirocco guaranteed. Doesn't matter if I make the save or not, I cannot move because I am overweight with all the crap that I'm carrying, which would suck. Hence the trick using the Heart of Ira. Okay, so now that's your saving grace. Also want the Robe of Water on me because we have a lot of cold spells. That's a +2 DC to my cold spells. This one would be for electric attacks, and I'm not really using them all that much. I mean, if you did, that's a possibility, but that's why we have different types of clothes so that we can accessorize. Get inside. Alright, here's our area. Notice the enlarged owlbear-like tree. This thing is the only thing in the area. It is mean, it is nasty, it is reasonably slow, and we're going to make it slower. So, notice the area of effect that you have here. Literally, this is all walled area. This is a cliff edge you can't get past. It stops right about this area and literally comes up to here. So you can't really walk too high, left, or right. So there's really not a lot of room for us to kite. But you can. And the trick is, first you want to slow them down. So a web spell would be decent. We don't have one learnt, so we can't. Next choice is Obsidian Flow, which we do have, and I like. It lasts for an hour, so it's going to be here longer than we're going to be in this area, but that's okay. Remember, you don't want to be in the area of effect, so not the red circle overlapping the green circle, so that's a thing. And we want to make sure to catch him in it, because it'll do damage on the first initial hit, so that's a thing. But we also don't want to crowd ourselves in a way where we can't run around it in a circle, or at least a semicircle. So now let me show you your barriers. You see this ugly ass plant here? Flower, whatever the hell this is, a lily. This is a root coming off of this tree. The root is not something you can walk across, so you have to walk around it. So don't put it like where the red's touching the flower. Okay, you want a little to the right of that. Even a little more to the other right is still fine, because we're not going around in a circle. We'll go to the top, we'll go to the bottom. We'll go to the top, we'll go to the bottom. That's basically our trick here. Remember, you don't want it in your green circle effect either, and you do want it to be in his area of effect, so it catches his attention, hurts him immediately, and pisses him off for the initial onslaught. Like that, let's say. I don't know if I got him, but we shall see. Now, I can slap right at the center of this, the same size bubble area of effect, Sirocco. I'm not going to yet. I'm going to do 2, but I'm going to do the Shadow Evocation version, because these ones are invisible. I don't know when they added this to the patch, but suddenly these things, you cannot see them. You can hear them, and they still affect you if you walk into them after the effect. So the only way to make sure that I don't accidentally step into it is to cast this one first, and then an actual one on top of it, so that I'll see the effect. As long as it's reasonably the same area of effect, then I know where the safe zones are. So in the center of this, we cast the invisible one, and then we cast the other real one, not real, but the visible one, right on top of it, and you will see it. Run around.
We will prevail.
Okay, here he is. He's coming through the mess. Just be a jerk and beam him with one thing real quick to get attention. Alright, now I want you to see the Fortitude, Will, and Reflex saves this jackass has. Fortitude is his best, plus 27. We're probably not stopping that anytime soon. Unless he just happens to roll a 1, this is not going to be amazing. But his... Where is it? Oh, it didn't work. Well, maybe I didn't have enough of him. Give it a chance. I do want to hit him, though, with a reflex save. Icy Prison. Cold Spell. Ooh, there's a nice hit. Oh, that's a nice hit, but he made the Fortitude save against the Sirocco. What did he do against the other? Reflex save. Fail. His reflex is a plus 14. Still not horrible. He's got a -3 because he fell down. This is actually perfect timing for me to hit him with this spell, matter of fact, because he's prone. And then the Will saving throw is 16. So he has a plus 16 for Will. So normally the reflex is a plus 17, just so you know. So Will's plus 16, plus 17 for reflex, plus 27 or whatever the hell it was for Fortitude, which is just retardedly huge. But this is enough to hurt him, if not cripple him, kill him for this if we get lucky. We're not usually very lucky. What do we do to make sure he stays down? Well, while he's down and he is susceptible, there's no reason in the world not to just unload some magic missiles on his heavy ass. That's a nice hit. Decent damage. He's getting back up though. So you see our problem. We basically want to drag him through the mess. I could have just as easily slapped down one of these walls of damage. And I have done it in the past. It's not that it's a bad idea. I was just trying to save those for later because, again, it's an AoE effect that I like to keep. Kite a little bit this way. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Do not hold back.
I'm not getting very lucky with him falling down, but that's the thing. This way again. So just keep doing the same. Repeat the process until it finally drops. It does have a lot of hit points. I'm usually luckier than this for dropping the thing. But he's almost dead, and I think one more volley might be enough to take him out. That would be enough. I suppose he was almost in my face. Alright, now, again, kite around this mess because you don't want to trip on it if you don't have to. Before I forget... First, let's grab this. Grabbing it all. I'll get rid of the bayonet nail because it'll be heavy, but I don't care. Before I forget, though, I want to make sure to put on my natural armor. I don't worry about stepping into the Sirocco now because we're going to wait for it to dissipate. Because I do not want to step into this mess. I need to get stuff from him, and I need there's stuff in these eggs to grab. And I might not be able to reach either of them without the Sirocco taking hold. So, remember, the invisible one is layered underneath this visible one. The visible one was cast second. So, when the visible one's gone, we know the other one's gone. They have the same duration, right? And one was cast before the other. So the one that casts first will be the one that collapses first. That's the invisible one. That's the trick. Come out of here. Remember, we still got our lantern on. We'll be in the bug dimension, for lack of a better description.
Without a doubt.
In the other opposite mirror dimension of this spot, there will be 2 or 3 manticores. Really nasty ones, too. You don't have to necessarily fight them, I don't think. But if you stumble in that area when the spiders are not there, you'll know it, because you'll run right into them. Again, another cloud bank, but again, our lantern's on, so it's not an issue. Sometimes there's a bird. I think we're in the wrong dimension for this. There's a bird here that you can't reach, and then there's a bird over here that'll be on the ground that you want to pick up. So as soon as you see that, make sure to pick them up.
Let us press on.
You know we're in the weird dimension because we have a path that cuts us right back up to here where the gnome should be, but he's not. Right? This is the rock. In the gnome dimension, this is a barrier, so you will not see this barrier. Over here, again, with our lantern still on, so we're staying in the same dimension. We're cutting through, and there is gnarly bad guys this way, so we don't go there yet. Kind of come up a little bit, and it'll trigger a cutscene with the evil biatch that we hate and loathe to the core of our being. So that one, this one here will literally be when we want to kick on our displacement after this, because there's going to be a couple bad guys up here that are bad. And the displacement will give us 50% chance that they'll just straight up miss us with every swing. So before you get too close to them, make sure to kick on your duration, extender, and displacement on your name. Alright, now that we've used the last of that rod for today, put that away, put in the Meta Magic Maximize version. That'll allow us to do full damage, which will be extremely helpful. Come up here, get the attention of the jackasses. They are mean, these manticores. It's one of the reasons you want poison protection on your character. There's going to be spiders over here, and we're going to bring these guys and basically just drag them through the mess that is us.
We shall overcome.
And we need to make sure that he follows, because if these manticores get too far away from you, like you get them into the blackened area where they just can't be seen, you know, the fog of war, so to speak, like this down here. And these guys, when you can't see them, they'll teleport their happy asses all the way back to over here, and then you have to deal with them all over again. The goal here is, remember, we don't have a crap ton of spells like a sorcerer does, looking at you mithrils. We have a limited pick. So if we're trying to keep to the limited pick as best we can, maximizing the effects of them. And I don't mean meta maximize, which by the way I need the hotkey. I literally mean as many bad guys in the AoE as I can affect is what the goal is. So dragging everybody. Okay? There'll be a cutscene up here. And they're still on your tail, so remember when the cutscene's over, you're still in combat. So don't just walk away or just kind of keep your hands off the keys. Be ready to pause it. So as soon as the cutscene's over, pause it. And then you can plan again where you're going to keep going. And you notice, of course, there's a spider up here. I want to say there's about 3. Usually I can get 2 to follow me. If you wander around up there long enough, you can usually get that 3rd one to appear. He's a jackass. Drag them and the ones that are following you with the manticores down to about here. Stop, Sirocco this area at least once. And then bombard with like fireballs and their AoE spells, and you should be able to take these guys out. Easy peasy, pumpkin squeezy. But the goal is surviving long enough to do it, because remember, you got all kinds of critters attacking you, swinging at you, and I don't have the best armor right now at a 31, I think I'm what I'm at. It's the displacement that's basically my saving grace, and any mirror image that's still under effect on me, which I don't think I have many, if any. But we shall see. Alright, here's where the conversation ends. So, here they are on me again. Again, remember, I got these 2 guys. Spiders are less of a concern. I'm not saying that you can ignore them. But these guys, you definitely want to kill in this mess, because they are very hard hitting. And this is your chance to take them out in mass. So we're going to come up here. Awaken these spiders up here. Like so. Nice. And the spiders are in the way, which is beautiful placement. Now this is on, I'm going to shut it off, not that it matters. It's only spells level 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I actually take that back. I think this actually works for 0, 1, 2, or 3. Point is level 3 or lower. So it won't affect our Sirocco even if it is on. It won't use up the charges. But I don't want to accidentally cast like an acid arrow just to get something's attention and have it be maximized, because that's crap waste of blood. Maximize. So, Sirocco, remember, don't catch yourself in it. And not like, yay. If you feel like they're not dying fast enough, which is always the case, 1 caustic eruption is probably enough to take out most of these bastards. 3, 2, and there's some damage. Spider's still over there though. I should have taken damage. Nice. Now, I think everything's dead in this area. I don't know that for a fact, but I feel pretty good about it. If you have your Heart of Ira, you can slap it on and kind of cut through the corner of this. I didn't leave myself an opening for a reason. This is where you would normally teleport. Just teleport out of the way.
Stand with me.
Yeah, see. Knew there's gonna be a couple goobers. There's always somebody. Just gotta mess it up for everybody else. Cut around the corner, cut around the corner. And then I want to... Eruption. Alright. Now I feel good. Now, before we go into here, you want to shut off your lantern. And make sure that you don't have a buff that you want to slap on you. Now notice this one's wearing off fast. We got less than a minute of displacement. So if you want to get back on the blur train, make sure to drink a potion before you leave this next area, because you're probably going to need it. But notice the area of effect of where we were in. Remember, we cast a spell. This is the exact mirror image of where we were just at. But now you see, of course, we got this wall behind us. We can't retreat. Here's the god-awful plant we're trying to kill. That'll be important later, but not right now. And you'll see 3 of these ancient wyverns. It'll be this one and 2 others, and the 2 others are like ghost versions. So they're highly annoying. But you see that I managed to save a Sirocco just for this effect.
We will prevail.
There's his buddies. Boom. And now I'm going to kick on my maximize my magic rod and fireball, fireball, fireball until he die. For damage. 68. Oh, that was dead. That was dead. Just use. So we won't waste it on the next one. But I can. Look out. Give myself much room over here. And I don't have my Heart of Ira on, do I?
I do not
Yeah, I
find this
can't
to be
switch it in
useful.
combat. Damn it. It's okay. Still okay. He'll have to come to me, which means he'll cut through here. So even if he stands back up, he'll probably get caught one more time. But I do want to definitely swing at him, so. Ah, he's dead. Nice. Now, to get out of here, you need to go through that thing. And again, you see that I have my problem with the mess in my way. We want, shut that off. Heart of Ira. Remember, that gives us fatigue protection. We may still get caught in this mess. Yeah, see? But it will not fatigue us. So that's the thing. That was nice. Come up here. Face your cloud. Turn. Oop, I left it off. Face off your lantern. Teleport back out of this area. Boom. Lantern back on. Where are we? Alright, here we are. We're coming back this way. And we took all those last 3 spires over here, so we may have everything out of this area. Except for
defeat is not an
traps.
option.
Now this is going to be an issue. There'll be traps everywhere. All the way down here, right around these damn bulby things. And you're going to trigger ones you don't even see, so don't fret. My intuition or perception, or whatever the hell it's called, or my character sheet, is actually pretty darn high right now, thanks to greater heroism too, and my hair familiar, which is out. It's not amazing, but it's still pretty damn good, I say. And I still miss stuff, so don't feel bad if you don't see all of them. That's why you got things like delay poison, your acid protection, and whatever else you got on you, protecting you from stuff. But these spiders, these damn swarm spiders, so AoE effects are going to be the problem here. So
I was successful in my
you can't get through this mess.
That is quite a discovery.
It's hard to do. You want to drag as many of these little bastards with you as you can, because of these damn, yeah, they're there, bears.
That is quite a discovery.
And if you do an AoE, yeah, see that bear hit hard. 30 damage. He hit me pretty. Yeah, like he's got 26 attack, and I got armor of 26. So he basically hits me on anything except for like a 1. See, he rolled a 2, still was able to hit me. So yeah, it's kind of sucky. I do have my Heart of Ira on though, so that could have gotten away with that if I had had my damn natural armor on. So that's my own fault. There's these 2 here, and there's this other one way up here. So you kind of want to put them together. And this is the one where, fortunately, and again, we got to keep our lantern on, we are still faster than these guys. So we have that saving grace going for us. Come on now, don't be doing stuff like that.
Go!
Fire right there. And yeah, you still got 0.8 seconds left, so if I take a quick step and I'll cast this one. That should do that. The goal is to kill these guys off. Now I can probably do it with just these. at least I can get 2 with the 3. That other one didn't get all the acid.
Strike as one.
To get that guy, we're going to have to get more creative. How are we going to do that? He's tough enough that I say that that's not a bad idea.
Do not hold back.
You make that save? You so suck. Really? Roll a natural 22. Balls on you, sir. Alright, well, now you know what we're hitting you with. It's hellfire every time, you prick. Take damage, fool. Oh, yeah, it obliterated him. Now, I took a lot of damage with that, so that was dumb of me. But, just shows the strength of the build as far as I'm concerned. We can heal up potions. Damn near completely healed. And we have these ones here, these cheapies. And I'm fully healed. And I still have plenty. And remember, sometimes I won't use the scroll thanks to this being on. So again, makes me happy. I'm going to actually do a quick save so I don't have to repeat this part again for you guys.
Godspeed.
Now, we may still have problems. We have all these traps to disarm. Part of those traps are going to be things like spiders are going to come out. We got a bunch. I mean, we got them all. So if we start picking traps and spider swarms start showing up, you know what the hell's going on.
I will guide us. I have managed.
Nice. And again, there's going to be traps that you don't see.
The deed
Or
is
spiders
done.
might show up from that, or explosions are going to go off. So hopefully you're healthy enough to take it.
The deed is done.
So don't freak out about that stuff. But if you stay to the regular path, you probably won't hit the traps again.
I have managed. The deed is done. The deed is
And I
done.
know there was a trap here. We kicked it off by mistake when the spiders got caught by it,
I
as a
have
matter of fact.
managed.
Now,
Forwards.
at this point, almost got eggs. At this point, you can literally run around this and not have to worry about the fire. This last one. Perfect.
Stand with me.
Aha, see, I knew there was another one of you jackasses somewhere. Now, I don't know that the Heart of Fire don't work on these jerks. So this will be interesting to find out. Ooh, it does work on them. Beautiful. Oh, you loser.
The deed is done.
Nice. Alright. Now, I am not going to wear that. I want to get back to my best armor. And pause it for a second while I drop that damn. Where did it go? Heavy banded armor. Get that off me. I like being in the native. Okay. We still got buffs on us. We need a little birdie to tell us something. And I think that birdie's right over here now. Let's go get us a birdie. Birdie, birdie, birdie. Yeah, there it is. Took me a favor to figure this part out because I kept going over to this one thinking that it was the bird I wanted. It was like one over here somewhere. It was. Thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, anyway, we go back up to here to the gnome area. And there's stuff to do. As you walk over here, you can look at the pool and do stuff with the pool, but there really doesn't seem to be anything that happens. Except for the thing that we're about to do. Make sure my lantern's on. Gnome's here. I don't even know that I can use the resting place again. I probably can. That's actually something worth trying, but I don't know that it rests for any length of time. What I mean by that is we want something to happen that's going to require time. So we want our Cloak of Shadows on. We got our best armor on. We want to make sure before we do anything we do a quick save. We want to put the bird in here. It should be at the bottom of our list. Now, the bird is not necessary. We need its bones though. So we need time to elapse and for that bird to die. So basically by camping here overnight, the bird dies. What I need though is to make sure that my spells are the spells that I want. Now we said that we didn't want to have all magic missiles again. We wanted something like, where did it go? Snowball? Shield spell. It's a good buff. And if I double the duration of it, I don't mind having a 32-minute or a 16-minute buff, but a shield spell. That plus sword armor class could have put us up and over the top on a lot of those swings, so that could have helped. We got our web spell up here. I'm going to get rid of a couple of those acids and throw in some scorching rays because they really hit a lot harder. Yes, there's spell resistance. Yes, that could be a problem, but that's why we always keep at least one of those acid splashes with us. And I still like Burning Arc. It hits. Yes, they can reflex save for it, but it's guaranteed to hit otherwise, and it bounces and does damage as well, so it's kind of nicer sometimes than Scorching Ray. It's an AoE effect at level 2, put it that way. Again, we want to keep those buffs. I could probably even see getting rid of Glitter Dust and throwing out another web or another mirror image because they do wear off, and this would be some good protection to have. This protection from or resist energy is actually pretty good. Protection from alignment I don't particularly care about. I like all these ones, and you notice I don't have heroism, but remember I have a cloak that I could put on that gives me that. Keep all these same buffs, and again you see I didn't even use haste, so I could get rid of it technically, get another fireball, but really the amount that I'm going to have, I've got more than enough to complete this next area. We got Dragon's Breath, Shout, didn't even use any of those, we got plenty of those, got a couple teleports still. I will probably use Stone Skin to make sure we survive it. I do like having the Obsidian Flow though. Crushing Despair though is a viable choice, particularly useful. Love my Icy Prisons, but I'm actually going to rearrange these because we are going to take a knee. Hopefully I don't get mugged in the middle of the night because I just deleted a whole bunch of spells that I wanted. Oh, yeah, Cloud Killing there just because. Remember, I have to have things in a specific place. I do love my Greater Heroism, so I'm keeping it. I like my Hellfire Ray and love 3 Siroccos because I can just slap them down, boom, boom, boom. If I were to take anything instead, Cold Ice Strike is nice. Long distance-ish, 30-foot range, I mean. And almost like instant cast, which you gotta love that fact that it's a swift action and just poof, ice damage. It's not amazing. We do have Disintegrate and Acid Fog now. These are viable options as well. Especially with Acid Fog, we could slap that down and step in the Acid Fog, get some bonus to armor class from ranged attacks, but I haven't toyed with that yet. And of course, Caustic Eruption's the only choice here. Here, Polar Ray has to stay in. It's an amazing spell, so I always try to keep it. But I want that Shadow Evocation Greater. We're not really using that Dragonkind yet, so another Shadow Evocation Greater is probably a call. Sea Mantle I haven't used. I could use it. I think it's only because it's the reflex bonus from it, that immunity to fire, there you go, is helpful. But by and large, we don't get a whole lot extra from having that. But we'll keep it on the list just because, you never know. Now, the bird's inside here. We're ready to go. Quick save one more time so I don't have to redo all that crap again. And then we could either camp our own or use his. And I don't know that we shouldn't use his. We should try that sometime, but I'm not going to bother today. I know this way works. Camp. Manage it. Use a ration, which we have plenty. I got a 24 for stealth. Give it to the baby. Nice. I got mugged once here many days ago by 2 manticores because I didn't finish camping, and I'm like, oh, they just slaughtered me. My buffs were all gone. Notice how I still have delay poison still on me, guys. 6 hours plus, but still, it's definitely there. Gotta love it. Now we go back here and see, give the birds bones. Collect those, and we can keep on this, but I want to rebuff up. So again, same trick. Okay, kick rid of you because you're done now. Kick on the good one because we need it. And oh wait, I'm sorry. I need to swap out cloaks for my resist +5. Thank you. We do not want Heart of Iron now. This has to stay in your kitty. This is stealing an idea from Mithrils. It's a great idea, so I'm totally going to pilfer it, Mithrils. I'm sorry, but it is a great idea. The next character that we bring in, because we have to do this next part in 2 stages. One will involve us having a teammate. We don't have a teammate, Brothermutant. Yeah, that's right. They poured us one in. So I thought it was actually pretty nice of the devs to even think of that someone would have done all this solo, which they had to know that this was going to be a thing. But we're going to bust into this next area, but I'm going to use another Blur Potion, so I don't have to think. And I got my Greater Heroism. And I want... Where are you? You... I don't need to use you. I got that still on me. Yes. 35 armor class, guys. And I haven't put on everything I could possibly put on. I think I'm still missing something. What is it? Nope, I take that back. I think I have everything I could possibly think of. We got Dex, which is dodge. We got deflection, which is our shield of faith or our ring. So shield of faith is the best one we got right now. The braces of armor +8, so we have armor. We have shield +4. We can't get that any higher without using a shield, and we don't want to do that because that's arcane spell failure problems. We have natural armor enhancement, which is, I think, the same as if I did bark skin. That is something I could test because I'm fairly certain we got a bark skin in here. And right here. I could chug this and see if this increases any more. In many cases they don't usually overlap, but it is natural armor, and this one is saying natural armor enhancement. I don't know if that's the same thing, quote unquote, as the bark skin. If it's the natural armor enhancement, then they shouldn't stack. So 35 might be my cap limit here. But you see my touch attack sucks. 32 though for flat-footed, that's not bad. I ain't gonna complain about that. But the only other thing I could think of to help out would be something like displacement or blur, which again we have blur on us, but not displacement. Yeah. So I feel pretty good about that. One more quick save so we don't have to think again. And our first roll is already, our lantern is still on.
Without a doubt.
We come right down here, click the handle here, throw the bird bones in it. Collect water from the pond. They're done. Vial with poisoned water. And this is what we're taking back up into this mess. Everything's good. It should be. We haven't killed everything in the area, by the way, Paul, here to show you. There is still mess over here. That mess over here is a couple of manticores, 2 or 3 manticores. We don't have to kill them, I don't think, though. So, that is our saving grace. Shut that off. Oh, gee, I almost forgot. Because this fight might be gnarly, I will actually buff up with Stone Skin. There we go. Quick save. Run in without the lantern on to teleport. Poof. Should take us to the plant. Yep, and of course we still got dead stuff around it. We want to make sure to grab that stuff. I'm going to turn the lantern back on just so we don't make a mistake on something. Just going to skin them just because I want to make sure I don't forget. Alright, now, for this, thank you, Mithril, for pointing this out in your video. He had an issue with where he placed stuff because you'll kill some stuff after you poison the plant, ideally, and then there'll be a cutscene where they'll teleport, which I hate that they do this. They teleport your character, they walk your character into where your area of effect is, this goddamn Sirocco that we're about to slap down. Really, really annoying that the jackasses do that. So again, I'm going to do my double trick where I do invisible Sirocco and then the visible Sirocco on top of it in the same exact location. That way I know where to avoid. And again, we have to avoid it because we cannot wear the Heart of Ira here. We're going to give that to our teenie when he or she shows up. Now, the key is, the way so you can kind of see it. It's really hard to tell with these bodies in the damn way, so that's kind of a problem. But you see these roots and stuff sticking out here? You want to basically be around this second one. And so if you're on the second one where the Sirocco isn't affecting you, you're probably going to be okay. Probably. Hopefully. So I do like about yay. I think Mithrils did it almost at the heart of this damn thing, like yay. So let's do that. Okay, and again, you can't see it. Then if you click on the plant, you go over here, use the poison, and it gets the hell out of that mess. Yeah, that was not cool. But it doesn't look like we got fatigued. Oh, fortitude save. Oh, thank you. Okay, so now the monsters are going to come from like 2 or 3 different areas.
We will prevail.
There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And again, we're going to just toss a direction. They are gnarly little monsters, so don't kid yourself. These guys are not easy. Don't assume that you're going to win the fight just because you're knocking down. Yeah, a couple of these guys got some serious health, but once you get them down to like one like this, you probably got it. Now here's the cutscene. See where we're standing? Yeah, right by that root, like I said. And the gnome's going to talk to you. Before you go your way, question, you've seen the story of the trespasser? You've seen her fall. Love and pride brought her to this. You follow the same path. You also crave the crown. Why? My duty is to make the world a better place. Duty's path may seem straight as an arrow, but it's so easy to go astray. Unknown gives a half nod, then tilts his head and looks at you intently. Words can be motes stirred by the wind, a trifle, a wisp of smoke, but when they are spoken in the right time and place, words can possess the power of a storm. At some point, a long time hence, you will recall this moment in your answer. I've solved your riddle. What do I do next? You must extinguish the wrath, quench it with fire, but it won't be easy. The flower blossoms in two worlds at the same time, here and in your homeland, Galarian. Its existence links the two worlds and cruelly casts creatures between them. If you destroy the flower in only one world, it will grow back. You must kill it in both worlds at once. But beware, violence breeds violence, and wrath breeds wrath. You've awakened the flower, for it was the only way to destroy it. But awakened, it summons all kinds of monsters, and they are filled with the same wrath as that which gave life to the plant. After you slay the monster born from its seeds, burn that wonderful, vile flowering blossom. Let flame consume it, but remember, the fire must happen in both worlds at once. If you burn the flower only here or only on Galarian, it will sprout again and again and again. I'm here alone. I have no one with me to send to the other world to destroy the flower there. Oh, don't worry about that. I know how to solve this. Let's call someone to help. Someone that gives you a sly smile, who is willing to sacrifice himself to help. A bunch of XP, and they gave us Tristan. They always seem to. I don't know what that's about. Tristan, I have no time to explain. You'll have to go through the portal and destroy the flower. It looks exactly the same as this one. It's the source of all our troubles. I'm ready. Tristan's voice is firm. I'll do what I can, more if needed. Put him on the other party, and go like yay.
Defeat is not an option.
Okay. These guys are bad. He's worse. So you want to cut down to here. Do your trick with your Sorokos. Don't do this crap to me now. Fine. You guys are really fed, that's all that matters. And then from there, we'll caustic his butt. Nice, nice.
I will guide us.
He's up there somewhere. No, he is. There he is. Possible I can reach him.
We shall overcome. Stand with me. Attack!
And you see the hit points this thing has. It's not like this thing is tiny. So we've been really lucky with our double Sorokos on him, so that's nice. Now, here's your trick. Immediately pause it, go to Tristan, because they don't sentry on him for whatever dumbass reason. He was in our Soroko before, so you see he's already fatigued. I'll fast forward through this part. Okay, we're out with that. I don't care that he's wounded, I don't care that he's fatigued. He's not going to do a whole lot. What he is going to do is he's going to chug himself an invisible potion with the Heart of Ira on, because that's going to be key. We make sure he doesn't have something else that we can slap on him. That would be useful, but by and large, ooh, get one of those. There you go. I don't mind that. A little bit of everything for the man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Other than that, we don't need to give him anything else except for take his book wand away from him. Potion of Invisibility. I want to give him a couple, just in case it doesn't work fast enough.
I'll try to escape their view.
Okay, so we have the Heart of Ira.
Head on.
Activate its effect. You slowly creep. Here, one more tiny step. And if you see that you're doing damage to this thing, like so, that's all you need to do. And again, I'll fast forward through this stuff. But basically, you're going to stand here until this thing dies, at which point they will teleport me, my main character, Bookworm, to his side. And at that point, there's another big fight, but we don't have to worry so much about it. Alright, here we are.
I was successful in my search.
Tristan's going to retreat to the corner.
Let us not hesitate.
I'm going to follow him
We
because we're going to get all
will
kinds of monsters.
prevail.
Get over here, Tristan. Don't be a doofus. And these guys are going to be rough. But, again, we still have our tricks up our sleeve. Yay. Tristan can do something like heal. I will cast off another. Do it for me again, Tristan. You're another lift your own weight, you goobus.
Flower,
Oh,
grant me
sorry, buddy.
strength.
Forgot that you needed to live, Tristan. My bad. You made it, though. You're fine. Oh, you're not fine. You're probably fine. Get back up.
Share your trouble.
Deadbeat.
Confide in me.
I'm gonna make sure that that thing's off. Fight's done. You can take that off. He probably had something better on, right? No, he did not. Yeah, he did. There you go. Natural armor plus 2. There you go, buddy. Back to being good again. Be in the front. Stay in collect. And we will, of course, outweigh our concerns with the Sirocco by
I will see
TPing
this through.
in mass. Away from it. Thank you.
Let us press on. That is quite a discovery.
Repent!
Defeat is not an option.
Wasn't I supposed to burn this thing? I'm supposed to burn this thing.
I was successful in my search. Do not hold back.
Flash, mysterious glow fades, allowing you to take a closer look at this strange thing. Once a thing of beauty and elegance, now the dried flower rarely clings to the withered stalk. All the moisture abandoned the plant along with its magic glow. The petals have become gray and sagging, like the wings of a wounded bird. It looks like only the root, which clings desperately to the cave floor, still maintains some life. Do not waste your time, Baroness. Burn this offspring of evil before this tragedy repeats itself. Oh, take a part of it. Examine the flower. Take a dry petal. Burn the flower. Boom! Catch it the blaze! And that is how we kill that. Now again, there's stuff in the area. Treasures and what have you. Finally got that to wear off. Picking up that. Anything else that we needed to pick up from this area here? I don't believe so.
Without a doubt.
So, to exit the area, down here, basically it's a step down. We go poof down to this area. This was the dead end I showed you guys earlier in the first video. You can come down here, there's not much down here. There's like a thing or two to pick up, which we already done.
Forwards.
But now we're basically working our way back up and out. And that's it. Grab some things on the way out the door. But that's about all you needed to do for this area. It was rough. This is multiple times to take me to do this, and I've repeated the video like 4 times just today to get it to work right. But since we already have a heavy lifter like Tristan on the team, we'll probably exit the area and steal some decent stuff in the process. But with that, my name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, besides the fact that I clearly stole it from Mithrils. I did do it different. It's basically the same tricks, but with a different character, a wizard versus a sorcerer. And I think I did pretty darn well for someone who has limited spell choices, as far as how many in a day I can cast. And I only had a nap 2 separate times. Once at the start of the video, which you didn't see, where I had all my spells, I started everything. Once again, when we killed the bird off, which gave me my spells back. And we managed to finish it with basically 2 sets of nap times. So I think that's pretty good. With that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.